winterizing day. Like I said in my last video, other video, I was going to do this today. I was wanting to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning because it's a Saturday. I was hoping to get in there and get it done, get home, back home. But they couldn't meet till 8, so it is 7:15, 36 degrees outside. They had called a while back about wanting to have this house winterized. I know it's dark. I don't know if you want to see me or not. Wanting this house winterized, but they never settled on anybody to have it done. So then they called me this past Monday and said when it got down to about 9 or 10 degrees for a few nights in a row, it busted the water lines. And hold on, sorry, something fell in my trailer back there. But anyway, the lines had busted, and now they want some water lines fixed, and then whatever water has damaged, they might want that fixed too. I just don't have any idea what's going on over here. And they also want it winterized, but I don't really think there's any point in winterizing it until I fix these water lines, because if I hook my compressor up and start blowing air through the lines, and water's just gonna blow out the bust spot. So I'm gonna see what all this entails. I was hoping to kind of do a how-to on this, but the homeowner insisted on being here when I did this. She's never met me before and doesn't want a stranger in her house, so I'll do the best I can. I might just have to kind of video or put some audio on top of the video after I get done. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. Alright, got air coming out, or air pushing water out. You can see the steam on it, pushing that hot water back through the system. So I'll just keep doing that until that is all air. This is the hose in the hose bib in the back of the house. Just waiting on it to all blow out. Okay, nothing but air coming out now. And it's like that on the front of the house too. Alright, all air right here. Hear that? Down to nothing but air. Alright, and this hose is run from the cold water side, from inside the house, off the cold water side, and I'm just blowing out the remaining. I've looked and looked for an expansion tank, and apparently there's not one here. It's an older house. I don't know, 50 years or so. They didn't always put them on there, but anyway, that's the last bit of water in the line. Then I'll blow out the hot water, or drain the hot water tank. That's it right here. This water hose here is the water hose we just saw running outside. So I'm blowing air right now from here all the way back through the hot water tank, or back out this hose and pushing that out. We're getting all the water out of the house. Alright, now I've got the drain hooked up, or the hose hooked up on the drain of the hot water tank. And I'm just draining the hot water tank with air. Put some air on there, it'll push it right out. It took it 10 seconds to get this way, but I'm assuming it just had to build some pressure to push it on out. So when I see air come out there, I should be good to go. And this is what I was talking about. I've got the hose hooked up at the drain of the hot water tank, open that little valve, and it's blowing it right out. I've still got my air hooked up on the hot water side. This is the cold water side. I hooked the hose from here, and I turned this valve off. Made sure to cut that valve off. Alright, this is what I'm pouring down the drains. RV and marine antifreeze for potable water plumbing systems. I'm just going to pour some in each drain. I don't think you need them in the bathtubs because there's not a P-trap. But I might pour some in anyways. But there's gotta get all your P-traps and in the toilets. And just so there's no confusion, this is how much I'm going to pour in. Just enough to get in that P-trap. And then get some in the toilets. Okay, that's the last of what's in the hot water tank. Completely drained. The house is all done. Just going to clean up. That should be it. I'll show you this real quick. This is the fittings I put on my compressor. It's nice to have this little on-off valve. And then let me get in here to my messy trailer. Well, oh, this is what I'm looking for. This is the fitting I bought. This is a quick connect. This, pretty good one-handed. That's a fitting I bought through Amazon. That hooks straight into your air hose, and then the hoses off the washing machine that are usually there will hook right into that. So then that gets you from your air hose to a water hose, and then you can just blow it right out. Instead of buying, you know, 3 or 4 fittings, that one fitting right there might have cost me $6 or $7, and it was at my house in 2 days. Alright, I'm all done over there. I hope you were able to see what all I done and hear what all I done. There were 4 people there moving stuff out of that house, and it was just stuff everywhere, people everywhere. I ended up helping them move about 3 or 4 pieces of furniture, actually, which I didn't mind doing. I was waiting on lines to get blown out, but I just didn't want to get tied into moving. I just didn't have my eyes gouged out and move houses. I hate that. But anyway, I'm trying to think of what all I was going to say about it. There wasn't an expansion tank. I never could find that expansion tank, and a guy that I always get advice from told me that sometimes in older homes they didn't have an expansion tank, so I guess they didn't. If they would have had an expansion tank, I would have opened the drain under the house or wherever, hooked a hose to that and ran it outside and blew the lines back all the way out through the expansion tank and blew that water out of there too, just to make sure. But they didn't have one. I crawled all under the crawl space, looked in closets and everywhere I could think to look, so apparently they didn't have one. So that's one thing that you would have to add to the list if you were going to do this. And also, if there was a dishwasher, I would have blown some line, kind of maybe poured some antifreeze in there. I don't know if I would have needed an antifreeze or not, since there was no P-trap. But anyway, that would have been a place I'd have looked for some water, maybe start the rinse cycle, see if some air blew out of that. Basically, you just want to go everywhere that water is going to go, or water is present, and blow some air through it until you see the air. And I didn't have any signs that said that this home had been winterized. The realtor said that she was going to write up something to do that, so I'm going to let her. I'm going to have to come back and put a little shark bite fitting on. There's one spot in the house where I thought there was going to be a water leak. There wasn't anything like that, so that was good. But that's the first time I had done that for anybody. That was a good, easy job. I like to do more of those. I don't think there's anything else that I wanted to mention. Oh, I put a piece of tape, electrical tape, over the switch, the breaker for the hot water tank. You don't want anybody turning that on without any water being in there and burn that element up. I was there from 8 o'clock in the morning to about 10:15. I probably could have got done maybe 15 to 30 minutes faster, but so you figure 2 hours for that job, and it might have took me longer than necessary, but I want to do a good thorough job. So $200, and I mean 2 hours, and I charged them $200. It was a Saturday. I had to deal with a mess, but I probably would have charged $150 to $200. But she gave me $20 cash on top of that for a little tip, so apparently they were happy with the price. But that's it. I'm gonna put a subscription and a video link, just to shoot back at other videos I've done. But if you'll subscribe to this video, leave a comment, read down on the comments. There's a lot of helpful stuff there, and I do read you guys' comments. I got to get back to a couple of them, but I appreciate all of that. I hope these videos help. You guys help me out with the comments. Whether it's a comment saying I did a good job, or it's a comment saying, you screwed up, this is what you should have done next time. As long as you're not, being just a jerk, I don't mind somebody telling me I got room for improvement, because I know I do. But anyway, thanks a lot, guys.